On this video, we're going to take a look at the forecasted and generated revenue report. So this particular report summarises the financial performance of assignments within a date range. It looks at all the temp or contract assignments and perm placements that are going to start between the dates that you enter in. So, and the report, it can also compare the user and the team's activity against their targets. So as long as you've had actual financial targets put into the system, which can be done by your administrator, then you can compare how you're doing compared to your target. So the report we're looking at is in performance. It's the report here. So we can go and click onto that report. And you can go and add in your date range. So as we mentioned, it will find any job type starting between those dates. You can then look at a particular consultant, team, office, or region. You can narrow down to any financial forecasting or generated revenue to a particular company. You can narrow down by a specific job role. And then, as you can see here, you can look at a target period. So it depends what you're focused on. So let's say, for example, you're focused on a monthly target. And I'm going to look at just how Alan's doing at the moment. And we're going to look between the beginning of March till the end of May. Because this is a financial report, you must always put a Monday as a start date and a Sunday as the end date. Now at the bottom, you can actually group this data by consultant or by client. As I'm looking at a consultant already, I can't then group by that, but I could do by client if I wished. And then you can sort that by client, job title, start or end date of that assignment. And then once you've confirmed, that'll build your report. As you can see, the report comes down here, so you can click on the arrow to open. And it will always naturally open in Excel. So if you need to edit the report for any reason, you can go and enable editing at the top, so it gives you full range of the report. You can see now, let's take a look at this. So at the top, we've got graphs for all teams. So it says general team up there. And then we've got a graph per consultant as well. So because we're doing it for Alan in particular, we're looking at Alan's results, and we'll be able to see in there, you can see the blue is his actual that he's made. So for contract jobs, this is what he's made, and the target that he's due to make in that period, in that month. And then you can see the same here for temp jobs, and you can see the same here as well for total revenue. Also his perm in the middle, so perm, temp, and actual totals. And then below that, we can see as well, it's going to then break down that information. So we've got temp assignments, we can see the job, client contact and candidate that's working there. We can see the start and end dates, and then you can start seeing your figures. So you've got in there your pay rate, your charge rate, your hourly margin in there as a figure and percentage. You've got your forecasted figures in there, and you will only get your actual figures on the temp side and the contract if you're actually creating and entering in timesheets in the ADAPT system each week. You can then see the consultant split. So this is great if a lot of consultants are working together at your firm, because then you'll be able to see who's owed what split. And then you can see down here totals, so how many jobs, and you get your totals broken down here. And then you have the same here for contract assignments and the same for perm placements. At the bottom, you've always got a report summary, which is great. So we can see all that detail down here. And at the very top, as you probably saw, you've got the graph per team. So if that was showing the team's revenue, you'll be able to look at that as well. So fantastic report in there for you to be able to see, how you're due to be doing in a given period, what your forecast is. If you're not using the system to do timesheets, that's fine. You'll just be able to see a forecast, so a rough idea, rather than your actual. But if you are entering in timesheets and doing pay run, your actual figures will be in there as well.